What's going on, everyone? Spartan here today with another video, and in today's video is going to be on some tips and things that I've learned doing historical impressions, kits, reenactments, events, all of that jazz. So this video is mainly focused on a lot of the newcomers slash intermediate people, but I hope it helps some of the veterans to this hobby as well. And if you are a veteran or intermediate person into this hobby, please drop a comment below with some of your tips and things that you've learned over the years. By far, I haven't been doing this as long as some people, but I've been doing it longer than other people. So here are some of my tips. I hope they help you, and I hope you enjoy the video. Please drop a comment, leave a like, and subscribe and all that good stuff. It really motivates me, really makes me want to keep going and keep making videos. I try to reply to every single one of your comments, questions, whatever. I try to get back to them as fast as I can. I try to engage as much as I can. I love it, and I love you guys. So let's get right into the video. All right, so the first tip, it's going to be a really general and cookie cutter one, but it's got to be said. And it's the first one, so it's the most important. And that is just have fun with it. Because at the end of the day, this is a hobby. And hobbies are meant to be fun, and they're meant to be enjoyed. Whether your hobby is airsoft, or your hobby is building models, or building Legos, or whatever it is, it's meant to be enjoyed. It's not a job. You're not meant to not enjoy it. You're meant to have fun. It's meant to be a relaxation, or a pull away from real life, I guess, for lack of whatever better term. So just have fun. And I'm going to expand what I mean further by that. I mean, pick an era that you really enjoy. Don't worry about social media. Don't worry about what other people want. Don't worry about what your friends want you to do. Worry about what you want to do, because it's your money, it's your time, and at the end of the day, it's your choice. So if all your buddies are into Vietnam and it just doesn't tickle your fancy and you want to do World War II or Korea, then do it. If all your buddies like to do GI kits and you want to do a Red 4 kit, do it. Again, it's your money, it's your time, whether it's time researching, time going to military shows to find equipment, whatever. It's an investment, not necessarily monetarily, but that too. You're investing into this hobby, and if you don't enjoy yourself and have fun, you're not going to want to do anything with this hobby. You're going to get burnt out. You're just going to be done with it. And that's honestly a waste for you and your bank account. And so, yeah, just have fun. All right, so tip 2 would be take your time. And what do I mean by that? Because it's pretty generalized, is whether you want to go to an event or you want to go to a reenactment or whatever, or you're just building a kit to have fun, take your time. Do not put yourself under pressure, whether it's social pressure, whether it's monetary pressure, whether it's whatever. Just don't do it. Take your time. There's no rush. Half of the fun of doing this hobby is finding the equipment, learning how the equipment is applied. That's the fun of it. Not actually getting it. Once you get the equipment and you open that box, it's like, cool, I have it. Now let's throw it in a drawer. No, enjoy yourself. Take your time. Especially if you're new in the hobby, there's going to be times where you're going to think you see an item that's, you think it's something that it's not, or you think it's complete and it's missing something, or it's not even the right item that you thought it was in the first place. That happens, and it happens to all of us, whether we're a veteran in the hobby or a newcomer in the hobby. We've all done it. We've all been there, and it all comes down to us not taking our time, especially when it comes to events. This will lead into some other tips, but if you're looking at going to an event, take your time. The bigger events like Liberty Canyon or Bay, Broken Arrow events, they are always going to be here. There will always be one next year. There will always be multiple events. If you happen to miss one, don't worry. It's not the end of the world, and you're going to feel a lot more confident and happy in your kit and in yourself if you just take the time to do the research and take the time to get everything right. And there's a popular term in the community, which is buy once, cry once. And it's so true. I've had friends in the beginning of this hobby, they would buy an Alice pack thinking it's a tropical rucksack because they just didn't have the knowledge. And then they find out and they're upset. They overpaid, or maybe they didn't overpay, but they thought they got a steal, and now they're stuck with a piece of equipment they didn't even want, or whatever. Insert whatever piece of equipment or whatever era you're trying to do. And again, too, with social media, don't worry about what the next guy's got. Don't worry that this guy's got the item that you're looking for or you're doing better than someone else. Don't worry about it. Who cares? Take your time, enjoy yourself. Again, I'm going to keep saying this, but this is a hobby at the end of the day, and it's meant to be enjoyed, shared, and loved. Okay. Tip 3. I hate to have to say it, but it needs to be said on tip 3 is always be humble and ready to learn. Because again, we're here to keep history alive, okay, as in the reenacting and historical kit thing. We're here to keep history alive. That's our main number one goal, right? And if you're not always willing to listen, learn, grow, then you're not doing history justice. You're not doing the veterans your justice that you're trying to portray their kits. If you think you know everything, if you think you're the all-knowing czar of wisdom, you're wrong. You're not. I'm by no means am like, you know, a big wig or anything like this. I've only been doing this like 4.5 years, and I'm still learning things about the kits and things that I do every day. I might read a veteran's book, or I might hear from a veteran directly, or I might learn from a more experienced person in the hobby, something that can improve my kit and improve the accuracy. So just be humble, always be ready to listen, learn, and to do your own research. You know, don't just listen to somebody. Take the initiative, go out and do the legwork. And you're going to get respect for it. People are going to enjoy your kit better. You're going to feel more confident. So again, be humble, ready to learn, listen, and just pick it all up. Because again, we're here to represent history, and we're here to keep it alive. And, you know, nobody is the all-knowing czar of wisdom. So yeah, be humble, be ready to learn, listen, and grow. So tip 4 is also kind of a question I get. Which is, where do you get these items? How do you find these items? And I'll provide some tips and tricks on how I find them and so on and whatever. But I get this question all the time on Instagram and in YouTube comments. Where do you get it? How do you find it? And my answer to that is multi-pointed. There's Facebook Marketplace, there's eBay. You can even find stuff on Macaria occasionally, but I really, really, really caution using Macaria. Make sure you have a high feedback seller. There's military shows, gun shows, local and distant collectors, whether they be on Instagram, government auctions, museum closeouts. There are plenty of avenues, tag sales, estate sales, if you're willing to, you know, a lot of those too. It's willing to put the legwork in and drive up and find items, because you can't be guaranteed if you're going to a show or something that you're gonna walk away with something that you really need. So yeah, but for me, mainly majority of my items have came from eBay and Facebook Marketplace personally, and some items from Instagram sellers themselves. Again, be cautious again with Instagram sellers. Make sure they have good feedback with people that they've bought from and that they're a reputable seller / account. But I found a lot of my items like eBay. And the biggest thing, again, is taking your time, and the other end of it is just being straight up lucky. And what I mean by that is you have to be lucky enough that the seller on eBay knows what they're listing, or whatever site you're using. You have to be lucky enough that they know what they're listing, and they can give an accurate description, accurate name, and some good pictures. That's the first thing, is being lucky in that area. Second one is actually just finding the items and having them pop up in the search. And then the third thing is having the money at the right time that the item pops up, because there's plenty of times, it seems like at least the world has it working, where you're looking for an item and then as soon as you're broke or you don't have the funds, it pops up and you're like, oh great. But take your time. A good example of an item that people overpay for a lot is a P68 lightweight rucksack. I see people all the time paying over $400, $500, even $600 for a P68 lightweight rucksack. They're not worth that. You can get them on Facebook groups. You can get them on eBay for like $325 on a really good day. All the way to like top end that I would be willing to pay is $375. But for $375, it better be absolutely mint, beautiful frame, all of the straps, all of everything. It has to be minty and complete. But I see people, that's one item I see people going nuts for, that they just overpay for because they've been searching for it, or they keep losing out on that item, or somebody gets to it quicker than them. Just don't worry. Just, you're going to get it, and you're going to be a lot more happier if you go back to tip 2, which is take your time and do the research, get the right item, and yeah, so that's tip 4. All right, so the 5th and final tip is kind of the saddest that I have to even say this, but the 5th tip is be ready for trolls, be ready for online assholes, especially if you're a newcomer to this hobby, which is really sad because, you know, you're new to this hobby, you're learning, you're trying to grow, and you're just going to have people come in who are just arrogant pieces of shit and who are just fucking total nerds and geeks, and they're just going to try and berate you and make fun of you. Just ignore them. Let it wash off because, again, you're new to the hobby, you're learning. And if you're a veteran in the hobby and you still get this shit, there's probably a reason. But if someone's making fun of you for something that, like your weight or the way you look, fuck them. They're geeks, they're nerds, they're total dweebs. Because at the end of the day, you know, we're here in this hobby to have fun, keep history alive, and grow. And if we don't bring new people in, regardless of your age, if we don't bring new people in, this hobby is going to die. And if you just beat up and make fun of and belittle the new guys, this hobby's going to die out. And there's going to be no one else to blame other than the total fucking geeks that like to pick on people. And that's just the facts here. So, people, be nice to each other. If you see someone, you know, with something incorrect, be constructive. Go in and say, dude, I like the kit, you're really doing well, but here are some small tips. Or even DM them. Don't embarrass them on their comments. Don't go in there, you're this, you're farb. Don't go posting them on your story, because you're the problem in the hobby. That's why we don't have newcomers coming to events and getting into the hobby, is because they see the toxicity and they're like, why am I going to get involved? This is a hobby. I'm supposed to be having fun. I'm supposed to be meeting people, enjoying things, networking, not worrying about if I post this, is someone going to comment, oh, you're fat? But that goes with online and social media. So just be ready for the dorks and the geeks who are going to try and troll you. It's going to happen. I've been doing it. I have trolls. It's going to happen. Just ignore it. Let it go. And at the end of the day, what color is their original M55? Oh, wait, they don't have one. But Andrew Tate, joke. But yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope one of these tips was useful. You found it insightful, whatever. If you have any tips, tricks, anything, drop them in the comment section below. Help out a newcomer. Yeah, stick together, guys. Have fun. Be safe out there. And God be with you guys. And good day. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and all that stuff. I will find you.